Welcome back, everybody. It is 9 a.m., 27 degrees outside, and that's why I am in the studio and Patrick's up on the roof. How's it going up there?
Oh, it's wonderful. A little on the cool side, but the sun is up. Nice invigorating air out here. Yeah, it's a little chilly.
Yeah, very sunny though. I'm seeing the shot, and you are, it's sunny. That's all I have to say about that.
There you go. Hey, and what could be one of the cloudier times of the year, let's take it. We've got some sunshine today and tomorrow. Yeah, temperature's a little bit on the cool side, but wow, that is bright out here. We are setting the stage for a pretty nice weather scenario leading us into the weekend as well. So here we go before bigger changes loom. Let's take a look at the forecast. There we go. First of all, satellite view shows you the clear skies overhead. We are going to see mostly sunny skies today with temperatures climbing into the low 40s, we'll call it, mostly sunny. Now, we'll increase the clouds a little bit overnight tonight, leading to a cool morning, but maybe not as cold as this morning. There's your Thursday morning, temperatures in the 20s to low 30s, and a mostly sunny day tomorrow. However, clouds may be increasing in the afternoon. A few more clouds to deal with on Friday. There is your weekend. Quiet weather, it looks like, on Saturday with temperatures in the low to mid 40s, mid to upper 40s on Sunday. Looking nice with temperatures close to 50 degrees. All right, long range forecast, peeking ahead into the weekend as we just showed you. Saturday and Sunday look fine. Next week too looks pretty quiet, Monday, Tuesday, but as we get closer to Thanksgiving, some colder air will be approaching. Does it get here for Thanksgiving or right after? That is going to be the question to resolve, but certainly some wintry weather is on the way, Melissa, in about 7 to 9 days. So as you make your travel plans, just a bit of a heads up. All right, we'll have a look at your full forecast and join you downstairs, Melissa, in just a few.
Yeah, and I want to take a deeper dive into the Thanksgiving forecast if we can. I know it's still a week out from now, but a lot of people are trying to figure out their travel plans and what their Black Friday is looking like and their turkey trot morning and all those pickup football games outside. So lots of things to go along with the holiday. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, Patrick.
Okay, thank you.
All right, yeah, come in and warm up. 9:02 now on Daybreak, and this is a live look downtown. Another sunny shot of downtown Buffalo. It's 27 degrees out there and very quiet, but it's a far cry from what we were experiencing 11 years ago this week. It was the Snowvember storm. Back-to-back lake effect snow bands over the course of a couple days, dropping 7 to 8 feet of snow in the South towns. And it was just 3 years ago this week that the city saw another crippling Snowvember storm. Point being, the bad weather can come at any time, but at least for the next week, Mother Nature will be cooperating. And the city of Buffalo is delaying its winter parking restrictions. They should have gone into effect on November 15th, but instead now they will go into effect on December 1st. However, if the weather changes before December 1st and they need you to park off the streets and off the bus routes, the city will let you know. There is a growing memorial sitting outside Fletcher Elementary School in Jamestown this morning. It's in memory of the 4-year-old who was hit and killed by a bus on Monday. Her memorial sits right near the crash site at the intersection of Cole and White Hill Avenues. Mourners have placed stuffed animals, flowers, balloons, and candles there in her honor. It is a tragedy that is hitting the community hard as they grieve the loss of Leanna Herrera. Jamestown police continue investigating the crash, saying it is rare for accidents to happen in that area. They have not charged the bus driver. Parents tell us the intersection is usually busy in the morning. And now there are questions on whether there should be additional crossing guards there to avoid accidents. Police say hiring has been a struggle in the past, and this is the first year that they've hired crossing guards at every elementary school. It's a job taken seriously by one longtime crossing guard we spoke with who's worked for the district for 18 years.
They do it above and beyond the call of duty, just like I do. It even affects me because like I said, I lost one of my students that went up here. I realize it's my job to protect these kids.
Counselors and crisis-trained professionals are available still for students, staff, and families, and those services will remain in place for however long they're needed. A new law in the village of East Aurora is cracking down on young people riding e-bikes. Under the new changes, parents will now be held responsible if their children are caught riding e-bikes illegally. And Daybreak's Natalie Foss joins us live from the newsroom. Natalie, we're talking about East Aurora, but age restrictions on kids riding e-bikes isn't anything new across the state, right?
Yeah, Melissa, that's exactly right. This law in East Aurora is actually just building on an existing New York state law, which says anyone under the age of 16 cannot operate an e-bike. Now, in East Aurora, if a child is found breaking this law, well, their parents are going to have to pay up. The new village law is going to crack down on illegal e-bike usage, allowing police to actually take and impound the bikes from underage users. And their parents will have to pay a fee in order to get the bikes back. Listen to this, $50 for that first time, but anytime after that, that fee is going to go up $100 each infraction. With the fourth time, it might even end with the bike being seized. East Aurora Police Chief Patrick Welch said that they've gotten a large quantity of complaints about e-bikes in the village, and he stressed that this new law is all about keeping kids and others on the road safe.
Getting complaints about the operation of these e-bikes, getting complaints about the lack of knowledge of the rules of the road from people that are way too young to understand rules of the road. And I think a couple of accidents and a couple of near misses, and there began enough noise in the community to do something about it.
Yeah, you heard the chief just mention accidents there. You may remember just 3 weeks ago, there was actually an accident in Niagara Falls between an e-bike and a motorcycle that left both riders seriously injured. They have to go to the hospital. So to go along with overall safety, the new law in East Aurora is also going to require e-bike riders to use a headlamp and tail lamp at all times of the day while riding in the village. The law has to be filed through the New York Secretary of State before going into effect, which is something Chief Welch said will be completed within the week. And he said, he was talking a little bit about where this money is going to go to as well, and he said that it's going to go into a fund that they're then going to use to educate people about e-bikes and about e-riding. So something to just keep in mind as you're coming up on Christmas and the other holidays, and children might be asking for e-bikes. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, no one under 16 getting an e-bike. Nope. They are very expensive too, but also in this business we have covered far too many accidents involving e-bikes. I think a part of it is people don't realize how fast they're actually going. They look like a normal bike on the road, but when they're going 20, 25 miles per hour, drivers might not understand that these bikes are coming so quickly toward them. So
I was at a press conference yesterday where there was a representative from Oshai, and he said that a ton of cases that they see that come into the emergency room are actually from children who are riding e-bikes and might fall over or might hit something because they're going too fast. So it's definitely something to keep in mind to do your research on before you buy.
Right, absolutely. All right, Natalie, thank you for that update and information this morning. Well, the State Department of Corrections is moving forward with plans to close up to 3 of New York's 42 prisons. For the most part, Western New York was largely spared from any consequences. DOC says that part of Collins Correctional Facility will be consolidated by the end of the fiscal year, but no employees will lose their jobs. DOC also says that the move will help to deploy staff more efficiently and manage the prison more safely. The state also announced that Bear Hill Correctional Facility, which is in the Adirondacks, will be closing next year. Today, a Buffalo man who kidnapped a woman, shot a man, and attempted to rob 2 other people at a kids' sporting event is expected to be sentenced today. 30-year-old Rashawn Mallory admitted to the September 2024 crime spree, which led to 9 different charges, including attempted murder. Mallory forced a woman into his car against her will, then drove to a kids' football game at Emerson Park. That's where he tried to rob a man and woman and then shot the man twice. Mallory then drove away with his kidnapping victim and crashed into a street sign where police finally caught up to him. Mallory pleaded guilty to all of the charges he faced, and he could serve up to 25 years in prison as a result. New this morning, the Buffalo Airport is rolling out these new biometric e-gates. The gates are designed by a company called Clear. You've probably seen those Clear kiosks at the airport. It's an identity verification platform. Well, this video was provided to us by the public relations firm Narrative Strategies. So with these e-gates, you see here, people who have Clear can verify their identity in just a few seconds, allowing you to bypass TSA and go directly to physical screening. Officials say the goal is to modernize security checkpoints to speed up the boarding process, which actually is pretty fast already here in Buffalo. As businesses in Buffalo continue to struggle and some even close, several restaurant owners are speaking out, encouraging people to support them before they are forced to close. The owners of Mint Mojito Bar on Niagara Street say that after their summer rush ended, they wanted to go into social media to urge people to support local spots like them before it's too late. Their Instagram post, very lengthy, read in part, quote, "Business has been down. It's going to be a struggle to make it through this winter, and I suspect we aren't the only ones," end quote. Other local business owners chimed in, agreeing with that message and sharing some of their own. And since posting a few weeks ago, the owners of Mint say that the community has stepped up.
I was a little nervous that when we posted that people would just kind of brush it off. But we've gotten such a great response, and we've kind of always been focused in our community and the Buffalo restaurant community, and it's really awesome to see that come back to us.
And Common Councilman Rashid Wyatt is also weighing in, saying downtown has never fully recovered from the pandemic, and he believes this is an issue that the city really needs to address. The 20th annual Rock Out Hunger kicked off yesterday in Williamsville, marking one of Western New York's biggest holiday food drives, all brought to you by 97 Rock's Dave Gixter. He moved into a Feed More Western New York trailer outside Millard Fillmore Suburban Hospital, where he'll live for the next 7 days while collecting frozen turkeys, non-perishable foods, and cash donations.
The need goes up every year. I don't know why. I'd like to know why, but it doesn't matter. It matters that there's hungry people in the Western New York area, and Feed More can help them, and we're trying to help Feed More with the help of our listeners and your viewers.
Dave has done so much to help Western New Yorkers in need. His food drive runs through next Tuesday morning, and all of the donations support Feed More Western New York. And another reminder about Top's Little Brown Bags of Hope campaign. For just $5, $10, or $20 at the register, you can help support our neighbors in need with nutritious, non-perishable food items. Each bag is distributed to hunger relief organizations across Western New York, all part of our annual Food to Families drive in partnership with Tops and Feed More. Little Brown Bags of Hope are on sale at all Tops locations across the region now through Christmas Eve. Here are the locations, though, of our Food to Families food drive, which is coming up on December 5th. You can go to any one of these locations and drop off food in person for our Food to Families food drive. And stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, talk bills, and talk the answer to the poll that we've been asking you this morning about would you rather call somebody or text somebody? We'll have that coming up. Welcome back, everybody. It is 9:15 now, and we are focusing on the Bills primetime matchup. I can't believe they're playing tomorrow.
I know.
We're still talking about Sunday's
These
game.
short weeks, they're not only hard on the team, they're hard on us to try to kind of plan our emotions.
Who cares what's happening with Josh Allen and prepping and getting ready for their Texans playbook? It's all about us.
How are we reacting, right?
I know. Mentally, emotionally preparing ourselves for a really critical game. Vic Carucci said this one is even kind of more important than the Bucs because it's in conference. Right. And so we also, want to make sure that the Bills are gaining on the Patriots, also that have the lead in the AFC East and the division. But as far as the conference goes, this game is a biggie. The Texans are 5-5, and their quarterback, C.J. Stroud, has been ruled out for the game because he is still in concussion protocol. But it doesn't mean the Texans aren't going to be a challenge. They have the best defense in the NFL, giving up on average only 258 yards per game. They're also only giving up 16 points per game, which is the best in the NFL. So Josh Allen, discussed the challenge that lies ahead.
A team that doesn't blitz a whole lot. They're not a lot of exotic looks. They just kind of put the ball down and play. They're fantastic in the back end. I think their front is great. They're getting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks. So yeah, we're gonna have our hands full, but again, on a short week, just trying to put together a game plan, watching as much film as we can, trying to develop as good of a plan we can, and ultimately comes down to executing on Thursday.
And ahead of Thursday night football tomorrow, tune into our coverage on Sports Talk Live Plus. That's from 7:30 to 8 p.m. Really good timing, because then at 8:20, that's when kickoff is. So you can download, well, you're watching it right now on WGRZ Plus. Again, that is streaming tomorrow, Sports Talk Live Plus. It's every Thursday from 7:30 to 8 on WGRZ Plus. Bills are 5.5-point favorites right now on the road. How are you feeling?
Has the spread ever meant anything this season? I feel like we've been favored in a lot of games by a lot, and it hasn't really,
Yeah.
I'm telling you this, if Uncle Vic is concerned, I'm concerned. If he's nervous about the fact that this is a conference game,
well,
he wasn't nervous.
He was just pointing
out that this is more important
critical
in terms of our standings in the playoffs down the road. Okay. And the defense, I'm hearing everywhere, they're just like elite.
Yeah, and you need Josh Allen to be Josh Allen in these games, because, I mean, as you saw with the 6 touchdowns that he had in Sunday's game, Josh Allen needs to be able to run and throw and deliver.
And can you have that kind of performance, though, against a defense like that? That is kind of a shutdown defense, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
It's hard to score on this team. So, all right.
Okay.
Where's Uncle Vic? I got to call him.
I know. All right.
Talk me through this.
Would you call him or text him, though?
I would call. I need to hear his voice.
Okay.
I need to hear his voice.
That's the question we're addressing coming up. Stay with us. Welcome back. It is 9:20 on Daybreak, and this morning we're celebrating Western New York. And all across our area, there are plenty of signs to remind us of the connection that we have to the railroad industry. Long history that's still being celebrated by historians and hobbyists, too. Daybreak's Kevin O'Neill has more.
Hi from this gem that I did not know existed. Even though it's in Williamsville. I've been in Williamsville a million times, Marty. Nice to see you, Vice President, Western New York Railway Historical Society. This building has a lot of history in Western New York.
Well, 1896 it was built for the Lehigh Vale, and was a site for freight and passengers to be delivered here in the village. And a lot of activity happened over the years. So we're very excited that it has survived 130 years. And we do a lot of events all summer long. So we like to have a lot of different things happen here. We have a train show, we have a car show, hay rides, and touch a truck, all kinds of things.
Santa's coming here as well, but this weekend, the action is in Hamburg.
Yes, we're having the annual toy and train show in Hamburg at the Event Center. It's Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5, and it's an $8 admission, and children are from up to 12 years old are free. And if you want to come for 2 days, it's a $12 admission for both days.
I think a lot of people have relatives. I have an uncle who had a train set underneath this tree. It seems like it's family and a lot of Western New York tradition. What is the hobby, or assess the hobby now of trains?
The hobby is still popular. Kids love to see a toy train. They like big trains too.
Sure.
So when they have a small train going around their tree or the track in the living room for the winter time, the holiday time, it's a great thing for them to have.
Is there new technology now with train sets?
There is a new technology out there now that you can operate trains now from your cell phone.
From your phone? Really?
From your laptop. You can actually build the track on the laptop, and you can make the switches turn on and off with the remote control from your laptop. It's very exciting to see that kind of stuff happen.
So the show is 2 days?
2 days, yeah, and it's a great family event. Come on do some Christmas shopping or holiday shopping, and there's operating layouts that are there, and the kids can actually run some of the stuff that are being operated on, and we have a good time with the kids.
That is at the Hamburg Fairgrounds Event Center. They're also going to have some basket raffles there as well as a fundraiser for the society as well. All right, on your side in Williamsville, I'm Kevin O'Neill, Channel 2 News.
Are you a train guy?
I'm not.
Welcome to Daybreak, by the way.
You know what? Well, thank you. No, but I was at my brother and sister-in-law's house over the weekend, and we were talking about trains because he had just gotten back into train collecting. And they've got Lego train sets that are big, full size that you can make, and it's kind of a cool hobby. But I've never been a train guy.
And I feel like the Polar Express, the movie, really created a new love of trains with the younger generation, with kids too, to see that movie and see how cool it was. And so, yeah, I don't know. When was the last time I was on a train? Oh, my mother, she hated driving the thruway. And we have family in Albany. And so it was so easy to hop on the train at the Depew station at Amtrak and then just take the train across the state. And I just always thought it was cool going into the train car, which I still, the smell of the food car on an Amtrak train, it just will always stick with me.
And taking 6 hours to take a 4-hour drive is great.
Yeah.
But you know what? You get to sit and you relax and
hopefully not talk to people. I don't want to talk to anybody on a train.
I'm the opposite. If I see you on a train, I would gladly talk to you.
Sit right now. There's a gazillion open seats, and Pete sits right next to you. Wants to start talking history.
I'll sit right next to Melissa and just keep talking to her.
Yeah, so something about a train, maybe not an Amtrak, but the trains around the Christmas tree or the model trains that people have in their basements, it's a lot of fun. And then the big trains too. Those are cool for a lot of people.
For a lot of people, that means Christmas, right?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Keon Coleman. Will he play on Sunday? Bills receiver, we know he was benched, or tomorrow, he was benched this past Sunday because he was late to a team meeting. Not the first time he had an offense. Some injuries and absences on offense. Some people are wondering if Coleman will be active tomorrow night against the Texans. Is he going to be punished again? Here's what head coach Sean McDermott had to say about Coleman yesterday during his media availability.
Right now it's called a day and a half since game day, so I'm aware of how he handled it, publicly, and I appreciate that, respect that, and now it's, again, one day at a time and earning the trust and respect of the teammates, and that takes time. And so but each day that goes by, you check them off as wins, the trust builds. So that's the important piece of it.
Yeah, just remember a couple of games ago, he had to sit out the first series because of the same type of issue. And I think what spoke volumes is Deion Dawkins after the game saying, he's just got to grow up. Mm-hmm. He's just got to grow up. And, I hope he does, and I hope he develops into the player that they thought he would when they traded down into the second round to get him. But
on and off the field.
Yeah.
He hasn't showed up on the field, as we mentioned yesterday, and really has kind of been a disappointment for the wide receiver core. So when that happens, well, you got to show up off the field and you got to give 150% and say, I want to be better on the field, but I'm going to show you that I'm dedicated off the field too. If he can't do that either, I don't think his future is looking very bright with the team. And Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane aren't going to put up with that.
No.
And especially if he was, this is the third time that he's been punished for some, infractions off the field. This is 3 strikes. How many more chances is he going to get? Well,
and the other thing, Josh Allen is never going to come out in public and throw a teammate under the bus. But, in private, he's not going to put up with it either. He needs someone to throw the ball to. And on top of that, the way the receiver room looked last game, with Gabe Davis coming back and making some crucial catches and some other guys, Shavers, appearing on the score sheet again. It's one of those things where now's the time he's got to grow up. It's not like he should. It's the time, it's make or break time, I think. Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow when those inactives come out and see if he's a healthy scratch once again. All right, so yesterday on Daybreak, let me fill you in, Pete. There was the outage on X, and so that sparked a conversation. For some reason, it turned into, do you call someone or do you text someone when you need to get in touch? Take a look at this tangent that we went on. Thai phone call, and they would just rather text paragraphs than talk on the phone.
Whenever you see a phone and it rings and you're like, you get so annoyed. What? You're calling me?
You're calling me?
Call me? Just text me your thoughts and I can get back to you when I want to. Not now when it's...
Right. And it's always during our nap, too. First of all, how many phone calls do you actually get during the day, and why does it always happen during
They all
nap?
come in between 1:30 and 3.
Yeah.
Are you a caller or a texter?
I'd rather call. It depends. If it's something like, I'm outside, I'll text. I don't need to call that. But if I'm talking to someone and if I want to have a conversation, my rule is if it takes me more than 3 sentences to do a text, I'm just calling.
Do your kids actually pick up the phone?
Depends which kid and what time.
See, and so a lot of people have been telling me on social media when I've been asking this morning, do you prefer to call or text? It really depends on the person that you're trying to get in touch with. Are they good at talking on the phone? Elliot's not good at talking on the phone. He doesn't know how to talk on the phone.
Right.
He doesn't even know how to hold a phone. He doesn't know that you put a phone to your ear. He holds it out here.
And also, he doesn't know what this is because this is an old school receiver.
Exactly. Okay, so I put it on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter this morning. And also, it's fascinating to find out what the responses are based on who is on these social media platforms.
Let's take a look at this. Can't wait.
So Facebook was the only social media platform that more people preferred to call. 56% of those respondents said that they prefer to call. 44% said that they prefer to text.
Okay.
Instagram, listen to this, 22% preferred to call. 78% on Instagram prefer to text. Twitter, kind of similar to Instagram, 31% on Twitter preferred to call, 69% prefer to text.
So what you're telling me is old people aren't on Facebook.
That's what I'm saying, Pete. Really, really fascinating responses. More than 1,000 people responded. And so, I've got those polls up. You can continue to tell me what you think, vote in the poll, and write in the comments. It's a fascinating conversation.
And when I say old people, I'm right there with you.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day.